So, did you know the UK is short over 4 million homes right at this moment? There's a massive gap between how many homes we need and how many that the UK is actually building. And that's why, even when house prices slow down or when house prices dip, the property market continues to stay strong long term, yeah, because of supply and demand. So, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what this shortage means for property investors, for landlords, and for anybody that's trying to build wealth through property. Craig Parker here, Parker's Property Sourcing, just coming at you with another video today. And today's video is about the shortage of houses in the UK market. So we're going to start off with what the actual problem is, basically. So the UK target 300,000 homes per year. They're actually building less than 200,000 homes per year at the moment. So at the current moment, their total shortage is 4 million homes, because of obviously population is growing every single day, and there is a major limited land supply. So in this video, we're just going to get into it, but this is the big issue. This is where the problem is, that there's not enough homes for people living right now in the UK. And then we're going to talk about also how us as smart, savvy investors can really act on this and start to build wealth from this problem. So why does this matter? And more importantly, why does this matter to us as investors? And what I say is this: when demand is high, supply is low. So your rent will start increasing. And a good quality home becomes something that's in demand, you know? And if you're an investor like myself that likes to look after their homes, and likes to class their properties that they rent out as good quality homes, your homes will be in demand for rent, yeah? So I always say this, and I've said it before in previous videos: when the news is full of this doom and gloom about house prices, yeah, and the crash is coming and we're in a crash and don't buy, everybody's selling up. The truth is, people still need somewhere to live. Yeah? So just really think about that. That is my number one driving point to why everybody should be invested in property, because people are always going to need somewhere to live. That's just how it is. So that's all, and because people always need somewhere to live, it's going to keep the rental market strong, which gives investors stability and consistent returns. So if you think about it, if there aren't enough homes, people can't afford to buy. And what does that mean? I'll answer it for you. It means that they're going to rent for longer. And that is great news for landlords, especially landlords who look after their properties, keep it in good condition. Their tenants are going to want to stay for longer. So instead of panicking about short-term dips, I would say look at the long-term fundamentals, and that's where the real opportunity lies in property. So here's the opportunity. This shortage isn't a problem. It's actually an opportunity. So the smart investors are the ones who understand property is a long-term game. Yeah? So when supply can't keep up with demand, what happens? It means property values and rental income tend to grow over time. Yeah? So strategies like buy-to-let, HMOs, refurbishment projects become really powerful tools. And every single property that's improved, modernized, or split into multiple units can deliver strong returns. So when you focus on, I would say, adding value, buying below market value, You can ride through any short-term changes, which we're seeing at the moment, and you always come out stronger. The goal, in my opinion, isn't to time the market. The goal is to spend time in the market, basically, and use this house shortage as an advantage. So, what smart investors are doing? Well, firstly, what they're doing now is they're buying in high demand, low supply areas. So places where rental demand is through the roof, but the supply is limited. Looking at off-market deals, um, probate opportunities, and properties with development potentials where they can add value through conversions or refurbs, sort of thing. So, you know, focusing on more future demand as opposed to jumping onto the panic about what the media are saying. So that's what smart investors are doing, and that's what we talk about in and on my channel on a day-to-day basis. Is you've got to buy in the high demand areas where the demand is high, but there's not that much on the market. That's where you buy, so you're gonna have no problem with renting. You're gonna push the value up through your refurb, and you're gonna hold long term. That's what we're doing, and that's what smart investors are doing. So my final message to you guys is, the truth is, the housing shortage isn't going anywhere, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. But that's not it's not a problem for investors. It's an opportunity. We've got to really keep that in our mind. When you see the news and they're talking about crash and housing crisis and X, Y, and Z, it's an opportunity for us as investors to capitalize on these situations. It really is an opportunity. So while most people focus on short-term news, successful investors like myself and yourself, we're going to focus on long-term fundamentals. So if you can find the right deals, and you can find the right deals in the right areas, and you're thinking long-term, this shortage that we're talking about in this video actually is going to work in our favor, basically. It's not going to work against us, it's going to work in our favor, because we're going to find the areas where there's a shortage. We're going to buy good quality buy-to-let properties with good return on investments, with high demand for rental, and as I spoke about it before, and I'll say it again, if you want help finding these deals, or you want to talk about certain areas, or want to throw some ideas at me, or ask me to do a bit of research on some areas that you're looking at, get in contact with us, get in contact with me, and I'll be more than happy to sit down with you or jump on a call with you, and we can go through things. Let's build a circle, let's build a community here. That's what it's all about. Really hope you enjoyed this video. I've been Craig Parker. Till next time.